Hello. Okay, so this DAX is really annoying. We just opened up quick 15-minute higher close and then off we went. No pullback in the 15-minute chart. We did trade within the range for 15 minutes, so we closed higher. The last time we popped up in the German session, we popped up and just dwindled. There's no real clue. I didn't think personally there's any clue that this was going to happen. Yeah, we talked about on the training. We talked about buying the midway. But the very next bar pops up and there's just no fade. This is the problem. I mean, traditionally the fade is the best setup, and there just wasn't one. And so once you get these sort of just higher closes, where do you get in? I find it, and I'm sure you do, hard just to judge where to get in on a trade like that. And this was 11:30. I mean, at this stage, I actually thought it was going to roll over. When I checked the charts at this stage, I actually thought that was just going to roll over and roll back to the fade. And of course, the very next bar it perks up. You get flat. Horrible. Just what you don't want as a trader, because it just goes. And in the meantime, the Dow is all over the place, bumping into this 200-day average, and if you look at the daily, you can see we are pinched. We're clustered. We're closed on the 200-day average. At the moment, we're coming back into the range. So in theory, this should be a good place to get long. So if you're trading the Dow, I would suggest you try and look out for 24,000. Where are we now? We are 24.90. So if we come back to this, down to this zone here, and get bought somewhere between 24 and 23.950, that's a potential place to get long. Now we have Fed rate decision with no press conference, so you can pretty much take it that this will be a no rate rise day. Extremely unusual to have a rate rise when there's no press conference. So this is all about how the market reacts to the Fed. So normally I would say to you, and I think this day I'd include that as well. Normally I'd say to you, don't trade the Dow until 15 minutes after the decision's out, and then look at the 15-minute fibs, see if one of the fib support or resistance lines up, and then trade it after that 15-minute period. And I think that's probably what I'll do today. If we look at the 4-hour, we had all this support down here, and every time we seem to look as if we get going, we fall off. Get going, fall off. Okay, so the normal sort of wave pattern. So where are we here? We've fallen off, punched higher, fallen off, punched higher, fallen off, punched higher. So the overall trend is still down with this support underneath us. So that's why I'm suggesting you might want to try and buy this sort of area. Yeah, 950, 960, to see if this is going to pull back and then punch through that area there. So if this is a main impulsive wave 1, this is the pullback in 2, this is 3, 4 will be the pullback, and 5 will be the impulse again, if that works out. Currencies, the pound yen, we've got Bank of England rate decision next week. Pound yen's having a good effort to recover from a previous area that we've broken up from. We've not got as low as that. That was 148.75 area. This 149.10, 15 area is holding. So if we get a proper fade of 950, 960, that looks long. Euro, really interesting 4-hour chart. You can see this steep trend line coming along here, and there's support underneath us. So this is a decision area. So if we drop under 978, 11978, we are short. If we start to close above 120.30, we can recover. Path of least resistance is down at the moment, so let's see what the market wants to do. Terrible morning with this, really lousy. It's even from the high of 120.30, spent the whole X number of hours, sort of 8 plus hours in a 50 pip range. Alright, so a word of caution as we come into this open. Seems to be a will in the market to try and hold this up, but overall the weekly is still in bearish territory. In fact, let's look at the weekly on this Dow. We are still in bear territory at the moment until we get a full retest of that low, 23,350. I don't think we'll get any significant trend out of this. So, and of course, if we come down here and don't hold this, then we are potentially going to topple right over. So I think in the autumn, if we can come down to here and hold and then pop back to these resistance areas, I think this is where we're going to really sort of get another decent leg down at that resistance area, potentially sort of late summer, autumn. Midterm elections are coming in for November, and I'm suggesting there could be a swing towards the left, and that would really reduce Mr. Trump's power and really put a spanner in the works. Okay, so I think my overall suggestion is take it easy, and I'll do my utmost to look for suggestions for you. Alright, so I'm not giving you a lot of concrete suggestions here other than the range that we've got in that Dow and the potential breakdown area of the Euro. So take it easy and let's see what the market gives us. Okay, bye for now.